Hi, my name is Ashley Gabriel, and I am going to be answering a question my coworkers have been asking. Just recently, they started working out, probably because of the holiday season. They don't want to gain weight with all the quote unquote holiday foods. So they've been working out, they've been doing a little bit of endurance training, they've been running a mile in 9 minutes average. And they've been doing some resistance training just with me. And they've been asking about fatigue. So they've been doing some research and they asked me if chocolate milk helps with fatigue because they kind of have that tired feel right after. And then they go back to work and they're tired. So I decided to do some research on it. So I know fatigue is depletion of glycogen stores in the muscles, and it's also a increased disruption of the sarcolemma of the muscle that that is broken down, increasing, say, creatine kinase and the myoglobins to the area and causing some swelling, and it causes that muscle soreness. But what we're gonna focus on is that tired feeling, since they're just starting to work out and they're having that tired feeling after the workout, more of the rundown. And so in my research, I've been looking, and I found in one article, I'm going to be butchering the name on this one, but it's Sparkolotella and Anzil study of the effects of low-fat chocolate milk after working out. And what they found, and what was interesting, is the fat content in milk. Now, or not in milk, but in chocolate milk, in comparison to a carbohydrate recovery drink like Cliff Shots or or Goo. I think it's called Goo. That the milk has a higher fat content. And I also found this in Gilson Saunders, Moran's Moore, Womack and Todd study when they compared the nutrition value of the macronutrients and some of the vitamins, and they found that the chocolate milk has 7 grams of fat when the carbohydrate replacement has 2 grams of fat. But anyways, so back to fat. The fat in the milk increases blood levels of the free fatty acids. And when this happens, it delays glycogen depletion. And interesting enough is that the sugar from the milk and from the chocolate kind of work hand in hand with fat. So how it does is the body uses glucose because it's quick and it's easy, and the milk has lactose. It has glucose. It has lactose and sucrose, and they found that sucrose plays a significant role in the fatigue feel that these girls are feeling after the sucrose plays an important role in preventing glycogen depletion. And I found this in Karp Johnson's, Teleneckberg's, Mickleborough, Fly and Stagger study, that the influx of sucrose gets used as liver gets used, or not used, but it gets used for liver glycogen resynthesis. So now you have sucrose and you have increase of free fatty acids. This meaning that the free fatty acids gets broken down, get used as energy. Sucrose gets stored since it's simple. It gets absorbed. And when performing exercise, it kind of the chocolate milk kind of tricks the body after the exercise, and changing the system of how blood glucose and insulin's processed. So it's really interesting how sucrose and free fatty acids kind of trick the body. Instead of sucrose getting depleted and then fat getting stored, it kind of tricks. It gets and when the chocolate milk's consumed after exercise, the fat gets used as energy since there is more fat, and the sucrose gets used and stored to prevent glycogen depletion. The breakdown of the fatty acids get used for energy, or to prevent fatigue, to delay glycogen storage is being depleted. So it was really interesting to find that they go hand in hand in glycogen resynthesis. So when they come and ask if chocolate milk helps with fatigue, to help them kind of stay up and not stay up to go back to work or to continue their day and not have that fatigue feel, I would have to say chocolate milk does really help, just because that fat is really important. For consuming it, the 3 studies that I have read, what is it? Gilson's. Let's see, Gilson's. I'm going to butcher the name again. Sparcaratols. Well, Endel's and Karp's studies. They all average around 20 to 24 fluid ounces of the chocolate milk after exercise. And all of them were consumed less than 2 hours after workout. So for these girls, I would suggest having it, doing their workout, having it after their workout, instead of waiting hours just because they go back to work. And if they're lactose intolerant, which I know one of them is, I would suggest using a lactose-free milk. And I know one's kind of a organic type health nut. And I know she would have questions about coconut milk and soy milk, but I would have her talk to a nutritionist. So that's my answer. Yes. Hopefully I answered the questions.